Hello and welcome to episode 456 of the Steel Cage podcast. My name is Derek Montilla, and I am a little bit rusty, obviously, when it comes to hosting this whole thing. We got ourselves a three-man crew. As always, I am joined by my right-hand and left-hand man. First of all, he's definitely a more talented Miz. It's the one and only Neo X.
What up, y'all?
What up, yo?
I'm so sad I lost the dancing competition.
Yeah, well, you still made an excellent genie, let me tell you.
I wish I won.
The other person joining us, of course, is the guy that they talked about on the other show. It's the one and only Uncle Beek.
I like how this somehow became like we're now doing improv of the character that David has, or that Derek has assigned to us. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. Now I'm the Miz. I didn't win the show. I was dancing.
That's the worst. I will say that was my worst Miz ever.
You guys,
you gave it a shot.
Also, you guys are both terrible, by the way.
I'm pretty sure the show started before Derek. I took a sip of my coffee and went, So I think there's a brief bit of audio. It's going to be
good.
Like,
good. Leave it in the show.
Leave it, Josh. Josh, leave the.
Yeah. Josh, do we have any email? No.
Sweet mug, by the way.
Yeah,
thanks, dude.
I think it's rad.
Sweet BB-8 mug.
It's huge too. You could like get 2 cups of coffee in this biatch.
Winner,
chicken dinner. Well, tell you what, guys, we had a lot of wrestling to talk about because we have not been around for the last 2 weeks. We did take last week off just to enjoy our Thanksgiving week. Neo was spending some time in the happiest place on earth, and you know, me and Beek are always on the happiest place on earth, and that's wherever you're smoking weed at. But we had a lot of wrestling action taking place. Obviously, one of the big things that I wanted to talk about was the CM Punk MJF rivalry that has gone down. They had a war of words last week, and a little bit more this week during an absolutely phenomenal match between CM Punk and Lee Moriarty. But wanted to get your guys' thoughts on maybe who won this war of words between young Maxwell and PG Punk.
Well, I will say I really liked how the promo just was Punk standing there, just taking it in as Maxwell diarrhea is out his mouth. All the shit he was saying.
I loved that too. I really did.
Just stand there. Yeah. I'm not concerned. But I'll always side with Punk. I think he didn't need to go for overly terrible lines that Max likes to do to get that cheap heat. And Punk is just like, okay, I'll throw one in there. Throw one in there. A little gotcha. But yeah, Punk's the winner for me. But I hope it continues. I honestly, this could be like a long storied rivalry for AEW.
Yeah,
I gotta give it up, by the way, for MJF, because let's be honest, every single one of his rivalries feels like a long storied rivalry, doesn't it? Like, oh yeah, the rivalry with Jericho feels like an epic rivalry.
Like you can pick up literally Darby, at any moment.
Exactly. And it's incredible because you got to give Max his credit. Obviously, he's a big reason why these things feel the way they do. He makes them so personal as he did.
Would just need to see this guy punched.
Yeah,
by everybody.
Right.
You just want to see everybody punch this guy in the face.
And like, I don't know, I got into a weird discussion about guys feeling like he didn't need to do what he did in that match against Darby, where he showed off how good he really is in the ring. But like me, at the end of the day, I saw that. It was cool. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit.
But is it even more annoying to you? Like
that he can pull that out?
Could do this shit anytime and just chooses not to.
And I find it on a non-kayfabe level to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I think that's such an awesome trait. But I also know that most guys that learn professional wrestling at a high enough level to compete at the level that most of these guys are can do that shit. I'm not knocking what he did. I'm just saying that has been displayed in a lot of matches by guys that you don't expect to do it. It's actually, and I'm not saying it's basic stuff, but it's stuff that a lot of wrestlers learn how to do. So it's not like it's outside of people's realm of expertise.
Sure.
It's just who they decide to be as a character once they make it at whatever level they make it to, right? It's a weird thing because I don't fucking watch Max wrestle to watch him wrestle. I watch him wrestle to cut promos, and I watch him to see what kind of shitty thing he's going to do to probably win his match. That's what I watch, MJF wrestle for. But Neo, who was your winner of the promo battle between these two guys?
MJF did a great enough job to just really make you hate him, so if you put on your Smarky fedora, I think you could appreciate MJF cutting heel promos. And I feel like in my short stint coming back into wrestling, I can't recollect someone cutting such scathing promos like MJF. It just, nobody comes to mind. I think when Cena came back for a bit and started quote unquote, there, you remember how they were talking about
he's
shooting, burying people, shooting. And I thought, that's kind of cool, but nothing to the extent of like MJF. So Smarky fedora, MJF is really doing great, but you put on your fan hat, your fan hat, your Mark hat. I don't know, man. You just want to see MJF get punched in the face, like Beek said. But I think wrestling Twitter, wrestling social media, everybody has been saying like these are like some of the best promos in the last 20 years, and AEW is the company that's turning out great promos left and right. Like they're just making memorable stories all the time.
What about the counter argument that fucking MJF relies on the fucking stuff? Oh, like he shouldn't have said that stuff, like talking about killing Punk's dog. Fucking
the thing is,
or even the darker stuff, like talking about people's family and shit. Like,
like he called him a meth head and all that stuff.
Or even more, not necessarily with the Punk situation, but with other, like, the guy sometimes gets the rap that he goes for cheap heat because he knows that people are going to react that way, and maybe he's too reliant on it. I definitely enjoy it. No worries.
Here's my thought. And I don't know if I've professed this before on this show. I'm almost scared to if I haven't, but I'm pretty sure I have. MJF is one of the only wrestlers that I will not reply to on Twitter because I don't want a response from him.
Oh, you
I don't want to be eviscerated by MJF. I don't fuck with him. And that's because his gimmick is so thorough that it crosses a line even on social media, right? There's times where I see him respond to people where I'm like, whoa, you're still talking like this after you've been signed by AEW for this long? I thought they would have you chill out a little bit with some of your fucking, like,
he's a dickhead in the DMs, dude. Even if you think you're on good terms with this motherfucker, he will still razz you.
He still will fucking get you. I know. You've told me. But I think that
it's fucking hilarious.
It's a really thorough gimmick, right? Like, and it's funny because MJF, I imagine, is going to spend the holidays wearing matching pajamas with his family and sitting around a gigantic tree in some huge house that his parents probably own multiple ones of, and he's going to be like just in the best family and the most adorable Menorah. His suit, by the way, was
full
incredible. It was
Larry David's pajamas.
It was the best Hanukkah suit I've ever seen.
Yeah, here in Larry David's pajamas.
Yeah. But he's an incredible talent, and I'm gonna have to go with Neo a bit on this one. I think that he won the promo battle just because I thought the Miz shot was a bit cheap. A less talented Miz. I don't agree with that.
Gentlemen, let's say, but we've had this conversation amongst friends. So I guess the way I think about it personally, these two are talking to each other like how I would talk to you or you would talk to me.
Very true.
And plus, it's like
It's stuff that we've said in the past, though. We've said stuff like this in the past, not like the whole dog killing stuff. But I've said, I've said, CM Punk does look like a meth head. Like he does look worn out.
The dude does not sleep,
and
does not sleep.
We've made the other comparison about MJF being the Miz several times.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And but what's great about that is Punk working there is like I see, because this is my coworker. I worked with him. I work with you. Yeah, you're the less talented Miz. It's like it gives credence to that insult.
Yeah, right.
Someone who's never been in WWE.
Sure.
That's very true.
If Jungle Boy said it, it's meaningless. But CM Punk actually has.
I didn't think about it like that. I didn't. I did not think about that.
That's why I didn't find it as much as a fucking corny cheap shot because of that. Like again, like you just said, if it was Jungle Boy, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Where's that coming from? But with Punk, it's like, oh yeah, he had to deal with Miz. So that's funny.
That's cool, man.
And here's the thing. Then you have on Monday Night Raw, Edge.
Oh shit, that was hilarious.
Cutting a promo on the Miz.
Nudge, elbow.
Where he said that they're even bringing your name up on another show.
And you saw the smile pop up on Mike's face. Like, you know, that part of the promo probably he didn't know that Edge was going to say. He just kind of like, oh shit, good stuff, Adam.
Yeah, it was
not for me. That's what Mike was saying.
No,
you know, my buddy Mike.
I know. Yeah,
I'm playing characters here.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we're
the people on the show are like, does he talk like he knows these fuckers? Because he should stop.
Well, it's confusing because you do know half of them, so we have to specify which ones are real conversations
I don't know those guys.
you're having and which ones you don't, right? But speaking of that promo,
oh, so good.
We also have in that promo and in another promo when there was a contract signing between
that
Beck,
part not so good.
Is this referencing of the talent that got let go and the contract
that was approved. Think about that, boys. That was approved.
That was scripted. Not necessarily was it approved. They went out of their way to make these fuckers say that shit.
Yeah, the Liv Morgan comment about my friends are gone because of your contract.
Yep. Your big fat paycheck.
Your big fat paycheck.
I think like Smarky Fedora's off. Like I would be mad at that too, but then I just can't react to it any other way.
I get why people find it disgusting because it is like, if you're an actual human being, you should be like, hey, that's fucked up. If you really think about the WWE is using their own firings as a way to get heat on the wrestler, not on them, that's fucking weird and shitty. But as a wrestling fan who doesn't give a fuck about that shit, like, oh shit, they said the thing.
Yeah, it's two different reactions, but the similar reaction in the, you know, acknowledging AEW with the Edge line, right?
Yeah.
That's they acknowledged them. They've acknowledged them, you know.
Yeah.
But then there's they're acknowledging this situation by making it a storyline kind of thing. Like, I don't like that. And I mean, I felt like it was unnecessary. They have control over that kind of thing.
And doing it twice is fucking corny as fuck.
Is
like, we get it, you guys.
Corny. Right.
We get it.
We know they don't say anything without the approval of somebody, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like that's the part about it that really sucks.
Yeah, the writers write that promo, they bring it to the wrestler. The wrestler like has to say it. If the only time it probably ever gets where somebody actually has to look at it again is where somebody gripes, and the only people are gonna gripe are, you'd expect someone like Adam Copeland would be able to bring that up, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But he's
too big of a star at this point to give a fuck. I've never felt like that kind of guy, though, right? What do you think, Dave?
How many firings has he sat through, though?
Yeah, but do you think he's gotten so cold? He's like, I can make this part of the promo, or I'm comfortable with mocking the situation.
I really feel like they were trying to make not light of it, but they're trying to, personally blame these wrestlers for the firing. So that's why when she says it's because of your big contract, my friends aren't here.
Do you think that's actually WWE pushing their company line through them? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's easy to see it being that sinister,
but it's
right?
I think it's
because it's happened before.
Yeah. I think it's like you said, it's a corny line. I think it's them spinning off of a current event they created, a current event from their company, but a current event nonetheless. Right?
You don't think they're legitimately saying, "Hey, the reason why we had to fire these people is because of Becky's contracts"?
Right. It's like I don't know, like when someone makes a joke at work about a situation that got someone recently fired and people are like, ooh, too soon. That's kind of what this is, right? Like, it's like the company's trying to use it as a way to like play off of it, hoping that people will be like, oh man, like you said, like they said the thing, they're acknowledging the thing and they're saying it in the, oh my God, this,
but it's really
the lines are blurred.
Whether or not it's rooted in truth that they're trying to say, hey fans, the reason that shit happened is because we got big Buck Banks over here, Bex, whatever her fucker nickname is. Yeah. We got this broad Becky, and she's got a big paycheck. So sorry guys, that's kind of what happened. Oh man, if that is literally what they're trying, I
feel like they're reaching for that.
It's even more gross to me now.
Oh,
my wife, I give my wife a lot of credit. My wife, I give her a lot of credit because she's very analytical when it comes to wrestling, right? And we were talking about Riddle, right? And
Broger.
Riddle.
Okay,
this.
So I told her, or we were she basically asked why he was acting like that. She's like, what's wrong with him? Like, why does he act like this? And I was like,
this is WWE's idea of a stoner, babe.
Yeah, well, it's that, right?
They saw a dude, where's my car once,
but it's a little different. It's that, but it's also like even younger than that. Like his most recent shirt is the "Hey Randy," right? That's literally all it says on the shirt. "Hey Randy" with a bunch of A's, right? And this was what, you know, we came up with in our discussion, or at least what my wife suggested, is because I was like, I don't know why they have him act like this. They have him act like a fucking little kid, you know, like he's like this little kid that like adores Randy. He's like this, you know, he's like the old you know, Looney Tunes cartoon where it was like the little dog hopping around the bulldog all the time, like, where are we going, Max? What are we doing? Where are we going? You know, like that's what he is, right? And she just goes, didn't you say you got in trouble for something a while back? And I was like, yeah. And I like didn't even go into it. She's like, well, isn't the perfect way to cover him up is to make him act all like a fucking kid and all adorable and stuff, and just like slowly make people forget about anything that he might have been oddly
push them as kid friendly to get away from the rape scandal.
Well, I'm not saying kid friendly. No, I mean
that's what they're trying. No, that's what they're trying to do. Like, they're definitely trying to make him appear kid friendly by making him so goofy and silly.
It's just and it's the like,
especially like you said, the "Hey Randy" bit.
Yeah, like the adolescent, you know, he's like the fucking little kid. So you stop associating him with being a piece of shit. That's the shirt.
No, it's not.
I swear to fucking
God.
This is
not a shirt that's
this is on WWE's website. No, he was wearing this on Raw. I'm not shitting you. I told you it was just
you made it on the back.
This.
Oh my god.
A viper with dreadlocks.
There's so many better artists than me, but I could come up with a better shirt than that.
Well, yeah, we know that. We understand.
Oh my god, that is a real thing. Yep. Fucking A.
I didn't believe him until
you had to pull it up. Yeah, that's a real shirt. Told you. So I mean, and
hey, Randy.
The scooter, the whole bit, it just kind of dawned on me. And like, yeah, like you said, it's kind of fairly obvious, I guess, when you think of it, but I just hadn't thought of it that way.
Oh yeah, we're not cynical. We're cynical enough, but we're not going, hey, wait a minute. WWE is actually pulling something off here.
Yeah, what's some sort of master plan to make people like forget about it, because it's like an oddly accusational thing.
Gotta admit, I love that pun.
Yeah, it's a good pun. But I mean, again, there's things like that make you feel like the WWE definitely is manipulating situations to make us think differently or like you said, just I don't even know if it's placed the blame, but it's kind of like they're taking their actual firings and making them storyline, right?
I'm surprised they haven't changed Riddle's name, actually, because if they're trying to distance, besides just getting rid of his first name,
sure,
because you could still Google Riddle WWE, and if you heard some fucking inklings of some shit that went down, you could find it.
Yeah, for
if
sure.
they're really trying to get totally away from it, I'm surprised he's not Rid or MR or fucking Randy Orton's little brother, Matty Orton.
Matty Orton, Matty Orton. That would.
Hey, Randy, I've adapted your last name.
Yeah.
You can't find Matt Orton.
It would take
it now.
It would take 2 weeks for people to accept that change. 2 weeks is all it would take for them to accept that change. But anyway, but let's again. I don't really know what they're doing in a lot of situations now. Apparently, Sami Zayn is the #1 contender to Roman Reigns' championship.
Let's breathe that in, boys.
Who did he beat for that? I mean, like,
it was like a battle royale situation.
Okay.
And Matt, it was one of those like Jeff Hardy won it situations, but Sammy was hiding outside the ring and he tossed Jeff while he was celebrating.
So I'm not mad at that. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's not. And Sammy's great, so you know he's not going to win. But then here's the thing: why would you have Sami Zayn go up against Roman Reigns unless there might be a chance? I don't know.
Brock's gonna get the title on Sammy. Sammy's gonna have. He's gonna
be
the
where I'm
fucking
going with this.
champ.
Right, exactly.
Oh my gosh! Imagine El Generico with the fucking Universal Championship. That's crazy shit.
Right. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. There's always, I give them a lot of credit because Roman Reigns' title run has been one of the most entertaining title runs. I've enjoyed everything about it. It's been transformative as far as it.
Multiple people, not just him. For the Usos
and then you
guys.
have the Usos and the way that they assimilated to being the bloodline and everything like that. And then just not only has he beaten guys, but then just to sprinkle that, that the sprinkles on top of the cake you just made, the delicious cake, you have the fact that some of those guys actually left the company, right? So if you want to kayfabe the shit out of it, he could literally talk about like sending Daniel Bryan out of the company and away for good from WWE and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not shying away from referencing AEW, so they wouldn't shy away from something like that. But he has a great resume, and all of it's been interesting and fun. And holy shit, for it to be ended by Sami Zayn, because Brock Lesnar comes in and fucking, F5s him or some shit, is just the tits.
Because all Brock has to do then go bully Sammy into a match, and then he's got the belt.
And then he gets the belt back.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I hate when chicken shit heels have the title because it devalues the title." I'm like, it's a storyline. The title's not a real thing.
It's not a real thing. It's all fucking just fun, dude. Stop thinking of it like that. You're not having fun when you do that. But the idea of Sami Zayn running for his life almost 24/7 style with the championship belt,
he's got it brings his documentary crew to film his new documentary about his title reign and how he beat the conspiracy.
Give it to him for 1 month.
Golden.
1 month. You know,
I'd love it.
Because the 1 month, then they can make him defend it at that point. We give him 1 month of running from every challenge, every challenger, everything like that, and then it could be.
The best thing about Sammy is he could become a babyface with one promo, because he's that good. He could turn it around. He's just so obnoxious and great at being obnoxious, but one promo he can turn it around completely.
He's really good. Well, and I don't want to also say everything with AEW is great either.
Wait, Dave, are you hearing this?
Dave is going to be upset with me, but I want to talk about what happened.
This guy.
With this street fight.
Just enjoy your wrestling.
Let's talk about this street fight with old Cody Rhodes.
Oh
man, Cody. Cody, you can't get out of your own way, can't you?
What are you talking about?
I mean that literally and figuratively.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
I am talking about how the end of this match involved Cody Rhodes putting himself through a flaming table that his wife lit on fire, and yet somehow I don't think finish off El Idolo. I don't think
putting himself through a table can't. I mean that was a botch. Obviously, it's a wrestling move. He was trying to put the other guy through it.
Sure.
I this happens so often though, like where the guys are doing a table spot and the guy who's putting the person through it normally takes most of the table. I don't sure.
You just
Maybe they're just trying to be
hard.
so safe.
Yeah.
They don't know what distance to put the fucking table
you're
at.
right about that.
That's what I was always thinking, Beek. Like there's always a manipulation of the table that you know they kind of they got to go through it.
It's so less noticeable when it's not on fire. Flaming table.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the worst part about it is the fucking all of the lacquer or the fucking fake wood
film. Yeah, the
plastic
film.
they put on top that looks
all that
like
fake. Melted to his like back, right?
Yeah. And motherfuckers on the internet are like, no, that was the flame retardant. I'm like, no, that was plastic melted to a human body.
Yeah.
You dumb fucking morons.
Yeah.
Everyone's conspiracy, like, oh, he's fine. I guess there was some retardant on his back earlier in the match that people noticed. Maybe they did put a little bit of coating on him.
Sure. Yeah, because that's it's like
smart and safe.
It's a clear jelly, sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Andrade had some on too, considering he was supposed to be going.
Yeah, it might just appear like
well.
sweat. These two guys are getting physical. Yeah.
And yes, it's a botch spot. It's just made worse because of the nature of it, because of the fact that his wife is the one that made it a flaming table, you know, that like all of it. That's fucking hilarious. And you know
she
why?
Used
because
so much lighter fluid because she know, and
you've been married for long enough to know that you would question whether or not she was intending for that fire to burn your opponent or burn you, David Valencia.
I bet she feels
that's
horrible.
True.
Brady definitely feels like
sure
shit.
But I mean,
but not really, because she just did her thing.
Here's the thing about Cody is trying in every conceivable way to be over, to get past this with the fans supposedly, but then
he was in his hometown, right?
Everything is so comically not work out for him.
Dude, when people threw back his belt, when they threw his weight belt back,
they threw his weight belt back.
Holy shit, they hate this fucker. Or they're just
but
there's a couple people that fan. But yeah, those fans are just like being clever as well. Like
Chicago is super smarky town.
But I've never seen that. Like the baby face.
Neo, are you defending him? Are you fucking?
I think he's ironically defending him. But
okay. Well, here's the thing.
I'm assuming.
The thing that was more of like I felt bad for him moment personally for me.
Apparently, it got put underneath the ring, and he demanded that someone bring it back to him so he could put it around his waist again. So maybe because that sounds like he's if he did that, it sounds like he's leaning into it. Like he demanded, all right, go get it and I'll put it back on.
Yeah. No, and I mean that's different. But I'm just talking about the table, especially, right? Yeah. Like the table, I felt bad for him with what happened with it, right? I was actually, I was telling my wife,
what's wrong with it?
Why do you keep saying that? Because it was fucking stupid. He missed the fucking table. He took the whole table. He took the flaming table, and then he rolls over on Andrade.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. They know what they signed up for. They planned this shit in the back.
Hey, it was stupid.
Put your fedora on.
Stupid. With my fedora on, I watched a wrestling match where the guy that went through the flaming table miraculously had enough energy to roll over and pin the guy that simply got suplexed
and the
off
commentary
the top rope.
made it sound amazing. He was pinning him while he was on fire.
And
that was rad.
Wouldn't it an inverted suplex spot?
It wasn't.
An inverted suplex spot minus the table, let's just say for sake of argument, could that move finish a match after all that? I think so.
And it was a street fight.
Yeah, he did an inverted suplex that could end a match
through a table on fire.
But he did comically put himself through a fiery table. So also Derek is right.
Yep. It was definitely a botch. I'll say that. And it was definitely botched up.
If you want to rewind in the match, the heavy-handed fucking sledgehammer golden shovel fucking moment.
He's been on that since day one. I assume funny. That's just part of it. That's just part of Cody.
I wonder how earlier he thought of that. Like a couple weeks ago, we're gonna have a spot where there's a sledgehammer, and I'm gonna say, nah, dog. but there's a golden shovel. I'm burying this dude.
That's how that dude. That was when the fedora was going, my lady.
How does he expect to get over as a babyface when he's doing such corny shit?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Square, brother.
But exactly.
Yes.
He's not trying to be a babyface.
Yes.
We're all eating it up.
Yes.
Not me personally, because
I eat it up. I'll admit it. Like I thought
I enjoy it.
I like the smarkiness that goes back and forth. I think it's entertaining. And why not have a competition? Why not? I mean, that's what made the Monday Night War so great. Remember?
Agreed. Cody. People want to say it's either one thing or not. He's either self-aware and he's doing this shit on purpose, or
he's a fucking android, dude,
or he's not. He's a robot built for destruction.
He does. I swear to God, every time I think he knows, especially then they fucking have that show, and I watch episodes of that show, and I'm like,
oh, I know he knows.
But does he know?
Am I working myself into a shoot, brother?
Yeah,
Am I the jabroni Mark? Am I the jabroni Mark? I thought he was the jabroni Mark, but maybe I'm the jabroni Mark. I don't know.
Because, seriously, the line where he said he'll never turn heel, just to me, he goes, well, you already are. And it's not you necessarily that gets to dictate that. It's the fans who really do. And maybe he's just like, the Cody character doesn't think he's a heel. So he never will turn heel. You know what I mean, Derek?
He's so
in his
so
mind,
oblivious to everything.
I am a babyface. I'm such a good guy. These people are just reacting badly. Who cares if I'm a little over the top? Yeah, it's how I honestly, if you really think about it that way, it almost makes it one of the more interesting wrestling characters. If he's that much
the most long-term storytelling.
Yeah, it's like this babyface who has no idea that everyone hates him and doesn't understand it.
I love it.
It's good shit.
I'm gonna say this.
I like it a lot.
I didn't like I guess whatever you would call Matt Hardy's
the family office.
No, not Matt Hardy's family. That's very stupid. I'm talking about when Matt Hardy was an Impact and he was a heel, and then he went through the transformation to become
broken.
Yeah, broken Matt Hardy, right? I was watching Impact every episode at that time, and I remember my reaction initially was, they ruined him. They need to go back. Like, he was a good heel. They need to go back to like what he was doing, right? So
when he was Big Money Matt.
Yeah, because that's essentially what he was. He wasn't quite that from Ring of Honor, but he was a version of that in Impact before he got broken by a match with Jeff. And I just again, with time, I fucking warmed up to it pretty quickly, right? Like it did. But I remember there was a 3 or 4 episode span where I remember being like, man, they're still doing this, huh? Where he's like, oh, he's crazy now or whatever from that match that he had. Yeah. It just seemed kind of fucking, cheesy and whatever. But it went somewhere, and it went somewhere that was fun and chaotic and fucking nowhere, like a place no one could even imagine it have gone. It was one of the best things we've ever seen in wrestling. So with that, I will say, if this whole Cody thing is going somewhere and results in that kind of thing, which again, the delusional king, even if it's the delusional evil king that thinks everybody loves him when nobody does, is a great, way for this to go. Right. Yeah. But I feel at times, every time it's going at that direction, they try so hard to do some corny ass shit. Like when he went to the Nightmare Factory and they all slapped him across the face and shit like that, like spit on him and, duh, you piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, like they all treat him fucking, like the fans supposedly feel about him, and it was supposed to like toughen him up or something. I don't even understand what the whole thing was.
You could deal with it, Cody. I would love to see him really ham it up, and maybe like when he wins the match, go to the crowd and try to celebrate with him. But like when the babyface put their back into the crowd, and all these fans are like, "Get away!"
Yeah, maybe in Chicago.
Yeah, do it someplace.
Well, apparently they were
it's not going to work out.
They were giving some shit in his hometown, so he could probably do it anywhere. No one seems to like Cody right now, except for us who are like, Well, I hope he's doing this thing, because if he's doing this thing, I like it. But if he's not doing the thing,
it's so
he's
great.
a real
Well,
douchebag.
fucking, I'll tell you this much. I mean, I've had some personal interactions with Cody, and he's an incredible human being. And what we see on, I think, on that show is very much what he is, right? My favorite thing
customer service facing, like huge. Like he seems like he schmoozes anybody who tries to meet. Not in a bad way, like just it seems like he's a natural schmoozer.
He is definitely that. And like, yeah, he's always on. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like it's like that. But I think that's what was kind of cool about our interactions, where they weren't like that. And it was prior to all of this stuff. You know, a lot of it was about Bola and Danny not liking him after his one appearance there and shit. And just some other things he had to say about Bola, but he was always very open to going back to PWG. He wanted to return and get his boot back. But that's something now that we see him doing. He's doing the same shtick in AEW. So AEW's become their, big level PWG, which it obviously absolutely is. Like,
forgot about the boot.
You remember that sweet boot spot?
The sweet boot spot. But they, I will give them
easy to retirement.
We have always said that
he did solve racism. We need to fucking chill out on this guy.
Yeah. No, you're
right. That's the worst. That's
fixed racism.
What's bad is I really like that promo too.
Yeah, if you just listen to it for a while, like, all right, cool, Cody being passionate, and you're thinking about, man, this guy's got an air of importance about himself. Holy shit.
There it is. That's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
That's that inability again, like the entrance, for instance, being the most ostentatious entrance of all of them.
His
right?
entrance music, like, having entrance music, like there's a song that plays before his song. Again, how is this guy a babyface? Like,
right?
It doesn't make sense.
All signs point to no. But
everybody sings his song. Everybody cheers for him when he puts his hands up.
Not so much.
It's there.
No, everybody sings his song. What?
Yeah. We see Jericho song singing.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Confusing him with Jungle Boy?
No, people in the crowd.
They do not sing it. What words to his song are there? There are words to his song.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't notice.
You know what song's good to sing? That new Seth Rollins joint.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you dance like him on the way down.
We gotta, just for 1 second, we're on Seth Rollins. The fan attacking him, insanity. Insanity. They need to fix that shit, because somebody showed me video from where that guy was. There literally was no guardrail. He just had to jump up on the stage and just zoom.
He was way off to the side.
Floor seats.
But Seth, later in the night,
he was like in like the seats, like the stadium seats.
Yeah, they're like
right next but they're right next to the stage, and there's just that pit area, and that's where he came from. He jumped down from there because someone
that's where some people are, that they're seating right there.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily fucking he didn't jump out too far, but he was just right there. But so glad nothing crazy happened. But the humor level of Seth Rollins to later in the night when he came
out
and like looking right and looking left and then going ha, like, you motherfucker.
And then again, you talk about promo work. The following week on Raw, he said, he was like, nobody can stop me, not even you guys can stop me. It was like, that was a fan reference to the fan last night, wasn't it?
Oh, but God, he's doing some top-notch work right now, Seth Rollins, man.
And he wanted to fuck that dude up. That was pretty amazing too, because he some of those close videos of that attack,
he had him like his hair like all fucking just snatching bald headed.
He was gonna fuck him up. There's no excuse for that. These poor guys are so vulnerable when they're out there, and it sucks so bad for something like this to happen. We had it in AEW too, right? Someone jumping up on stage and shit. It's just so fucking stupid. If you're a wrestling fan, you're never going to come back to see the show live ever again as long as you live.
And anyway, the only time to really do it is during the Battle Royal. No one's going to notice. You just slide in there, start getting your shit in.
Bring a luchador mask. You'll make it at least 3 or 4 entrants before they fucking notice that something's off.
Who is that guy? I don't know.
Well, that's the most fucked up part is
someone doing a debut.
Seth had the weird reaction to it because he didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, it like took him a moment to be like, who is this?
Oh yeah,
you
shit.
Like
that wasn't a working tackle. That was a legit tackle.
Yeah,
the guy fucking trucked him.
Yeah,
you got to be honest. He housed the guy.
He did.
Yeah.
Weirder part about that is the story that the guy had been catfished, thinking he was communicating with Seth Rollins.
He's so bananas, dude.
That's a wrestling storyline if I ever heard one.
That is.
Apparently his girlfriend
else.
got caught up because she like wrote a fake check to help with the fake Seth Rollins getting money off these guys. Like, oh man.
Hey, fuck you for whoever's out there, catfishing wrestling fans. Come on, man. We're borderline comic book nerds, and they get picked on. Don't pick on them.
This guy, I mean, and obviously, I know nothing about this person, but
he's a rapper. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's a rap video that surfaced of him, and he's like not terrible, but it's like aggressive gothic rap.
Sure.
Fucking weird guy. And by not terrible, I mean he actually legitimately can't. It's not like someone who doesn't have skills doing it.
Yeah,
not my cup of tea, but
yeah. No, man, but that sucks. And Seth handled it the best way. Seth is so good right now. I can't lie. As much as I love Big E as champion, when I found out that he was going up against Seth, I was like, well, if he's going to drop it to someone, this is the person to drop it to, because Seth is
I love
amazing.
Hopefully Big E wins this one, because
I'm not ready for Big E to drop it yet. I'm just saying,
and give a big win for his championship. He beat Seth Rollins, who was like how many times champion, and Raw for years.
Yeah,
good stuff for Big E. Good stuff. I say. Sorry.
I will say that at times I'm want more out of his storyline with Big E. He's a bit all over the place, and he's oddly aggressive at times when I don't expect him to. And I don't know if that's just trying to win him over as being like a tough champion. Like they did it with Drew and stuff, where Drew kind of did similar things as a babyface, where some of his actions aren't really baby face, like a normal good person wouldn't have done this thing, but they're trying to make him out to be almost have a little bit Stone Cold Steve Austin in him, where you're like, you don't want to fuck with him too much because he'll attack you for no reason, even if you're just standing too close to him.
The real problem they have is they're got his focus split too much. There's too many people coming at Big E at once. Like normally the champion has one set challenger that they're focusing their storyline on, so you can be like, all right, I'm really fixing this. Right now Big E's got in so many directions. He seems not like a solid champ. He could possibly get beat by any of these suckers the way they have it booked.
Right. And you're right, because you got Kevin Owens coming at him, and then it's a weird love triangle where it feels like Kevin Owens is heel, but he's trying to prove that he's not actually.
I like the gimmick that he's lying, but somehow makes it so his lies become real. Like that, if they continue to somehow manipulate that and don't make it so forced, that could be kind of a cool gimmick. Like this guy lies, but he works it somehow to make his lie reality. Like that's interesting.
And his new catchphrase is what was his new catchphrase that he's been saying all the time? He's like, and that's the truth, or something like he has something that's saying that at the end of all, like they were a little heavy-handed with it. I remembered it before we started doing the show, and now I completely forgot. But yeah, they even have him doing like a little like liar truth catchphrase at the end of some of his promos and stuff. So it's kind of like, all right, I see where they're going with him. About his his almost as many turns as fucking Big Show angle, but anyway, let's do winners of the week, shall we?
Crap.
Indeed.
What happened?
I think we're thinking about winners of the week.
Oh, is that what happened? Is the crap for what?
I know it's in the show every time, but I never even consider it until like all of a sudden you bring up like, oh yeah, who is the best? What was the best this week?
I'll start out with Lee Moriarty, because I thought Lee had an incredible match, an incredible opportunity with CM Punk. One thing I really like about CM Punk's matches with a lot of these guys, especially someone like Lee, is that he really lets them shine. And in this case, he
won by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, he worked the match in a way where he was like not prepared for Lee, and Lee fucking put it to him all match long. He really had a chance to display his offense. But just what a fucking opportunity for someone like Lee Moriarty that was working on the indies, what feels like yesterday, and now is signed by AEW. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, just everything that happened to him over the last year and how fast
he really
his
blew
career
up.
has elevated, right? But to go from where he was at to wrestling matches with CM Punk, where he's, you know, offensively beating the shit out of Punk for the majority of the match, and then, like you said, Punk has to use his veteran knowledge to win by the skin of his teeth. It was an impressive showing. I love shit like that, and honestly, it's probably the way things should be going for someone like Punk, who's a babyface superstar legend like he is. Meanwhile, they have Daniel Bryan playing the same role from a heel angle in a completely different way, where he is just kicking the fucking shit out of every single member of the Dark Order,
in their hometowns,
including knocking Colt Cabana's fucking teeth out and, you know, parading him around during his post-match interview about how much he's so fucking knocking his fucking teeth out. Like, that was incredible.
Yeah, and to build off that was my winner of the week, Bryan Danielson.
I'm sorry.
I chose violence today, and the fact that he's been so violent and so, like, kind of, you know, if you like heels or rudos, you're really kind of like cheering on for them secretly.
I prefer technicos. I'm a technicos kind of guy.
Nah, I'm saying, like, if you want to be in Daniel Bryan's secret lair or Bryan Danielson's secret lair, like, you want to be one of his minions. He's really good at what he's doing right now. He's really, really, really leaning into it.
He's evil.
Shouldn't the dragon have a dungeon?
Yeah. Well,
some sort of cave.
No, a dragon has a lair, according to the video game, Dragon's Lair. But they definitely have done wonders with him. He's transformed. Like, sometimes when they do the close-ups on his face, and like he does this so evil.
Yeah, he does this kind of like
he's smug as fuck.
And
smug
motherfucker. You see kind of like his happy wrinkles. And then when you see his happy wrinkles and then his eyebrows kind of like go down, like it's super creepy.
It's
looking.
like it's like you're folding a piece of paper that's already been folded in the wrong direction. You know, it's like, no, don't do that. It's already a paper airplane. Why are you folding it in half like that? Yeah, that's what you're doing in this face.
Now it's a goose.
Yeah.
But I definitely still, man, Bryan Danielson's really doing great. Keep it up. I really like the fact that he's kind of running through all these minions before he gets to wrestle Wang Man at Winter's.
And he doesn't even necessarily have to. Like, he could just say, well, he wants to fight me now, but before I fight, I'm gonna beat up all his friends.
I like how Hangman's like, no, stop. And he's like, no, I'm not going to stop.
I've got a mission. Your friends, heads off.
Yeah. All of them. I'm gonna have them all on fucking.
All right,
sticks.
I have to share this with you guys because let me know if you see if you see what I see.
Wang Man. It does look like Wang Man.
It does look like Wang Man.
Who chose that font?
That's Wang Man.
Wang Man.
Someone did not think about that font.
Mm-hmm. But that's why, he's gonna de-wang the Wang Man.
Or did they?
I thought for some reason that Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, I'm like JR over here, he actually called him Wang Man on the promo. And I'm like, that's hilarious. I didn't catch that, but that's funny. And then you show me this post. I'm like, all right, that's even more funny.
You should call him Wang Man.
Joke. He's the Wang Man.
He's the Wang Man from now on.
All right, my winner of the week is also kind of storyline related. I am really stoked on Joe Gacy and his inclusive title and him trying to make the cruiserweight title for everybody. And it's not about weight limits, but in like a funny, ironic, annoying way. So I'm really enjoying this Joe Gacy thing, and I hope I see some cool shit from Parker Bordeaux from this little relationship. But yeah, Joe Gacy is my winner of the week.
Yeah,
in the first shoot, I'm really amused by this storyline. You don't like it?
I'm if it's not Braun Breaker related, I am not on board with anything NXT 2.0 related.
He's trying though.
I've tried my best. I've tried to watch it, and I'm not trying to actively hate it because I do like the youth movement. I think it was just
you know what stings, bro, is the fact that the Black and Gold brand is dead. Even Beth Phoenix moving out of commentary.
It's the paint brand now.
Yeah.
It's the paint spray.
Yeah, it's the living color era.
But seriously, the Joe Gacy, and then he was going up with the whole Diamond Mine promo wise and stuff. It was a pretty fun segment. I am not bullshitting you. Seek it out, Derek. Enjoy.
You
Chew
can
on that.
do what you wanna do in living color.
I'm a fly girl.
In living color. All right, guys. Well, I think we
Let
need
me
to
tell you
wrap this up. I don't know. Was it 456 episodes of this podcast?
Yeah,
we
man.
don't play that, Derek.
I have been on way too many of them, but let me tell you, I appreciate you guys listening to episode 456. You can get us all on Twitter. I am at cap_caveman with a K. Neo is at the Neo X with an ECKS at the end. Old Uncle Beek over there is at the James Vanderbeek. Yeah, I said it. James Vanderbeek, and that's with a Vanderbeek at the end. Wait, how do you JAIMS? Vanderbeek's fine. It's the JAIMS part at the end, at the beginning you want. But of course, all roads lead to at the Steel Cage. Shoot us an email. Maybe Josh will forward them on to us. Who knows? But it's podcast at the Steel Cage. Check out our merch over at thesteelcageshop.com. We hope you picked out some nice Black Friday items for yourself. Hope you got something from the shop. I am no longer an assistant to a champion. I am no longer anything else other than a 100% commissioner now. Excuse me. People
Did you get
my TV on my room?
Oh, I thought you were reaching for a certificate that says commissioner.
Oh, I wish I did. I have to go get my commissioner license. I actually do have to get that because I am the official commissioner of IZW. I don't know how that happened, but things got crazy and people said things that they couldn't take back. And now I am the commissioner of a pro wrestling promotion. So I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm going to need you guys to help me out with that, by the way. I know I'm dropping that on you now on the show, but I have a lot of responsibilities and I'm really not qualified for this job. But we'll figure it out one way.
We're assistants to the former assistant commissioner.
You guys, yeah, we need new shirts. Also, check out Uncle Beek shop. It's at pentagonzo.com.
Yeah, it's pentagonzo.com is correct. And then also, speaking of doing wrestling stuff, check out the wrestling company I work with, Without a Cause, doing commentary. Without a Cause, our latest show dropped Real Monsters. It'll be on YouTube pretty soon, so check it out. I got to call Lee Moriarty versus Nick Wayne, which was freaking incredible. And then
I fucking love Nick
Alex
Wayne
Shelley
so much.
versus Daniel Makabe. Another match.
That's
near and dear to my heart.
That's
so check it out.
And you got to meet Alex Shelley for the first time.
And he said he introduced himself by his shoot name, and then after that just called him Alex shortly after that, like an idiot, because I'm just so. But no, this is Alex Shelley. I don't care that he said his name is Patrick. This is Alex Shelley.
I'm not here to call you by your shoot name. That's
his name is,
who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I?
That can be found on the internet, so I'm not breaking any news here.
No, you're fucking ruining for us, though.
Shit,
you're ruining for us.
That's not a real name.
Protect the goddamn business, Beek. Jesus Christ.
I'm out. Gotta get the scoops. Gotta get the scoops somehow.
Well, we appreciate you guys listening. Check out Unfunny Nerd Tangent and all the other shows on the Steel Cage Network. Thank you guys so much. And remember, kids, you're all a less talented Miz.